Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Really excited for today's video, but I'm cheating a little bit. I just want to make sure everyone is aware and everything's above board. So it's Cellar Saturday, where I typically dive into my cellar, drink something that's on this shelf, or these shelves. But this time I'm actually drinking something from someone else's beer cellar. So Mike was nice enough to send this to me, and I just got the 2020 version of this. This is Lagunitas Willetized. I just got the 2020 version, and he had sent me the 2019 one. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do this. You know, it's got the coffee in it. Obviously it's aged in Willet barrels, and it has been aged for a year, so you can see maybe how much coffee's left. Has it turned to green pepper, things like that. And then I kind of know how this is drinking when I do review the 2020. So really excited. So a little bit of a cheat, someone else's cellar, but I think it still counts. As the person who created it, I think I'm allowed to do this. So if you don't know much about it, Lagunitas, it's a coffee stout aged in rye oak barrels, specifically the Willet, and that's why I call it Willetized. Like I said, it's from 2019. And this is 12.4% ABV, and I'm looking, it's too far for me to reach the 2021. I just wonder how close they are in ABV. Proper glassware, the least pretentious glassware probably any brewery has ever offered. Let's just get into it. I'm really excited. I didn't film it, but I have had the 2020. I really liked it. But when I drink it, I just drink it for pleasure, which sometimes I have to force myself to have a beer and just enjoy it and not review it. So I didn't really pay too much attention to tasting notes and things like that. It just was a very enjoyable experience, had a nice level of coffee, things like that I remember. But I certainly wasn't trying to commit to memory to compare it to this, at least in this video. Maybe when I do the 2020, I'll reference this more. But anyway, it's a pretty darn dark beer. There's maybe a little bit brown, but it's mostly black. About a finger and a half of a light mocha, small head or small bubbles in that head. Teeny tiny. It just looks beautiful. It totally looks like what this beer should look like. Let's get into the aroma. You're still getting coffee. I don't get green pepper. I don't know why my voice inflected like that. And what that coffee's doing with the base beer, it's just this wonderful chocolate note. It's so beautiful. It skews dark, but there's a nice level of sweetness still. You get some booze. I'm drinking at cellar temperature. I finally moved my thermometer. It's exactly 60 degrees down here, so I'm drinking it right at 60 degrees. So it's definitely not too cold to hide the ABV. You do get some of that alcohol, but it's a nice warmth. You get that sweetness. Lovely vanilla. Wow. Man, that just smells good. A little bit of the oak specifically as well. But it's definitely coffee and chocolate. Those are the big things. You get that vanilla that's working, maybe making it seem a little milk chocolatey, but it definitely is more that dark chocolate. Smells awesome. Let's get into the glass. Thanks again, Mike. Cheers. This is still drinking well. Okay, well, I shouldn't say that because I didn't have the 2019. I just completely missed it being sold in my area last year. So that's another reason I'm so excited for this is to be able to try it. So you get the coffee, you get that nice chocolate. So you do get that stuff that was in the aroma dominantly, but the oak for me is way stronger in the taste. I get those dry oak tannins a lot more than I got in the aroma, and at least for right now, that's what's dominating. There's a lot of flavors. I shouldn't say dominating, but if you made a pie chart of all the different flavors, right now, that's the one that's sticking out the most. So I think it'd be the biggest, but I'm wondering with a couple more sips if I'll change my mind. So now the roasting, and this is what I thought was going to happen with another sip or two. Now it's that roastiness, and that makes way more sense. I guess, maybe it was just, I was so surprised because I was anticipating it. What I'm tasting now is more what I anticipated tasting. I didn't think that dry oak tannin thing would be as prevalent. the roast is definitely the biggest piece. Make no mistake. You get the roast of the beer itself for sure, but you do definitely get that coffee. And like I said, the aroma, it's not green pepper. It's very much still coffee after a year, which makes me very happy. You do get some of the spirit. It's not as sweet. Like this happens a lot where a beer will smell sweeter to me than it tastes, and I think that's pretty common. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm crazy and wrong. But this one's a lot drier than I thought it would be based on the aroma. And again, I think part of it is that why that oak tannin thing hit me so hard that first sip. There is some soft vanilla there. You do get, I didn't mention this. I like that oakiness. That probably is important to say, but it is very wood. Like right now, you can tell you have the coffee, but it is very woody. I do like it. I don't know, again, because I didn't have this fresh. I kind of remember the 2020. And again, I didn't drink it in a way to try to remember to compare it right now. But I remember liking that one more. But again, this has a year on it. That one's fresh, so that could be it. The alcohol is hidden well. There's a little bit of a warmth, but it's kind of pleasant and works with the beer. That chocolate is wonderful. It's very dark chocolate, like baker's chocolate kind of a thing. I don't know. I think this is good. The roast, it's approaching ashiness, actually. That's definitely worth noting. Yeah, that's a big one. And again, because it's drier, it's interesting. It's very compounding on my palate. All these drying qualities. I don't want to use the word savory because it doesn't have like a soy sauce thing, but that like smoky, almost ashy kind of a thing makes me think savory. So it has like these elements, and again, just from the aroma, I thought, although it had like the dark chocolate a little bit more than the milk chocolate, I just thought it was going to be a sweeter stout. So it is a dry stout, but it is tasty. Yeah, I wasn't going to do it. Maybe I will try later today to do the 2020, so it'll be fresh in my mind. I can talk a little bit about it. So yeah, maybe I'll commit to two of these bad boys. But thanks again, Mike. Really appreciate it. Have you guys had this before? Have you had it with a year on it? Have you had it lately? Have you had the 2020? Have you had other years? What do you think of coffee in beers? Anything, everything. Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Best part of doing these videos. Check me out on Instagram and on Tapped. No hype beer reviews about those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.